Sins of the father. I will not let this cycle continue. We are more than mere echoes of our parents. We are potential to make right that which they could not. You came into my life by force, but I'm glad it happened. I think you knew you could blow down our house made of straw, so you did. I think you knew I hated you, so you felt you owed it to me. You used to read my books of poetry without my consent. A type of violated I never felt before. I only wrote my feelings down because I wanted to lay down bricks. Bricks of pride, bricks of stubbornness, bricks of rebellion, bricks of self-hate. I just didn't want to be straw anymore.
He reached for the shelf and grabbed a bottle of cough medicine.
But he didn't have a scratch in his throat.
He stuffed it in his pocket and acted like nothing was wrong. But we both knew.
It was the beginning of a catastrophe.
Daddy couldn't hide it for much longer. His army was looking at defeat because he wasn't man enough to surrender.
The demons in his head telling him to leave reality were becoming the angels in his delusion. I think what you saw in me was potential. Not potential residing in achievement and prosperity, but potential of self-destruction. You gave me therapy through poetry and weed. Showed me sympathy in shots of hypnotic and cheap 40s. Showed me that self-destruction isn't always a blade to the wrist, but sometimes it's killing serotonin with 8 doobies to the face and learning to take shots with no chasers. I was in the 8th grade. Most mothers aim to protect their daughters from peer pressure and predators, not their husbands.
He was sick, but the irreversible kind of sick that no amount of cough syrup could help. I could see him deteriorating, and I didn't want to anymore. My own father cares more about getting high than being close to me.
What does that make me worth? I'm mad at you for teaching me that this way of life is okay, that it's healthy to try and chase away your problems with substances. I'm mad at you for screwing up your priorities, because now my little sister doesn't have a father figure. I'm mad I have to pick up your slack and do the things for my sister, your blood daughter, that you should be doing. I'm mad I'm now at 16 the man of the house. You're childish and selfish, just an ex-cokehead and an alcoholic, a fraction of a man who used your own daddy issues as an excuse to create new ones for innocent people who never asked to be here in the first place.
At the beginning, I told myself it wasn't really happening. I pretended he wasn't there, but that only led to concealed anger that I couldn't heal because I ignored the cause. The disgust in my mother's eyes when she looked at him on the nights he came home late, and the sickness I felt hearing people around me saying the abuse of cough syrup is fun.
I'm mad at you for throwing away the multiple chances my mother gave you. I'm mad at you for leaving us no bricks, not even straw, just shredded pieces of divorce papers and unpaid child support checks.
I remember my father going to the store on Christmas night and pretending I didn't see the bottle in his pocket. I remember the night Daddy came close to getting us in 2 car accidents with the potential of taking lives because he was too messed up to think properly.
As a man, you were supposed to provide. As a father, you were supposed to lead. As simply a good person, you were supposed to be there, but you're not. And the last thing I want to do is keep this cycle going. I will not let the sins of the father condemn the fate of the daughter.
Postapocalyptic. You are the most worthless, apathetic, drugged-up rebel gamer punk I've ever known, and by God I love you for it. You took drugs with my sister, and you took drugs alone. You told me not to smoke, but hypocrites are still admirable to teenagers who want role models. You have been kicked out of 2 colleges, and both times it was because your professors were unappreciative of your carefully constructed insults. You were the funniest guy I know. You and I played Tokyo Jungle on my birthday, and you said, I always wanted to be a dog in post-apocalyptic Tokyo. You showed me how to flip the bird. You gave me your switchblade, showed me how to not cut myself with it. I've been in your basement, I've smelled your beer, and I've inhaled your cigarette fumes. And I know that 2 years after your ex broke up with you, you called her and told her that if you two didn't get back together, you'd kill yourself with pills. But she didn't want to hear it because she was with her little brother at the movie theater. And I am her little brother. I was there. I know that you could be the voice of a generation, that you could give a purpose to the million others like you that grow backwards and drag others with them toward a false image of youth, a life without responsibilities only to grow up into childhood, malnourished infants subsiding on hallucinogens, as dead inside as a fainting possum is on the outside. I know that drugs are choking your brain, and I know your essence is being blocked. I know that you have been locked in a stupid box with no air holes, but the key has been dangling in front of your nose since you were 14. It only takes will. I know that nothing is beyond you.
Too good to fall for you.
I liked you better when you were sober.
You fought to protect me even when I didn't need it. If ever I'd fall and my feet had nowhere to land, your arms would be out to catch me before I'd meet the floor. Yet no matter how many times I fell before,
I know I am too good to fall for you.
My motives were to cure you from the depression your mind was drowning in for so long. You keep your anger suppressed inside you. What you decided to use to numb your pain could never heal you.
I wanted better for you.
Better than an endless cycle of addiction and dependence.
I wanted better for you.
Better than seeing your life slowly decrease in value every time you took a hit.
I wanted better for you.
You thought you were way too high to be touched, but you're weak. I couldn't bear keeping in your secret even when you promised you'd never snort again. You were already too deep in the habit. I tried to fish you out, but I couldn't reach you or your brainwashed friends. It may sound dark, but keep walking deeper in and watch the light get smaller with every step. Soon nothing will satisfy your confused needs.
Just more, 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 more.
More isn't always better. I didn't want to get hurt, so I turned around and fired first. I regret not trying to help you more. I hated the pills, the drugs, and how you thought they wouldn't affect you.
I liked it when you were sober.
And until that happens, I am too good to fall for or with you again.
It's never too late. You were my friend. I knew I hit a milestone when you came into my life, but soon after it became an emotional roller coaster ride. I noticed delirious signs. I saw the bags that you had because of stress, but sadly it cost more than just a dime. Friends saw it as an act of relief rather than an act of crime, but in my vision, I see it as nothing more than an act of a quitter. You come too far to give up, to continue on with what you have started.
I've always loved you.
But not your friends.
They're part of the reason you are what you have become. They affected your decisions, your livelihood, and your persona. They play the same old sad song. The tune may have changed, but the chorus never faded. What faded was you, when you thought you had the cure between your middle and index finger, when really it was the start of your demise. You couldn't even realize it because of the smoke in your eyes. And I know you believe that this is the only way to escape from all the drama that is better than cutting yourself. But I am afraid because I know addiction is the sharpest blade and many never recover from the cut. All I ever wanted is for you to live a good life. And people always say,
it's never too late.
And for you, my friend, I pray it isn't.
I don't want to do better. After school, I ride my bike down Route 1 with my two best friends. The wind blows and the sun blinds my face, Mother Mary pumping through my veins. The wheels of our secondhand bikes spin fast. I had no brakes on mine. Saturdays in suburban neighborhoods house the best blacked out nights of my life I will never remember. I used to believe a little bit of weed was all I needed. All I wanted to do was party. My friends, my dear friends, they don't want to come with me anymore. They're not down for the bike rides, for the midnight sessions in unknown basements. They want to leave me alone. I guess I just need new friends. Those two joints don't cut it anymore. My friend said she has something stronger. If I need a little more, I only need a little buzz. I just want to have some fun. I guess I just see what it's like.
The skies turn to black.
There's no going back.
Where have you been all my life?
This is more than a rush.
I think this is love.
And I don't want to do better.
For regular people, senior year is for learning to drive and getting your license. It's for going to parties and preparing for college. I spent mine in rehab. My mother was so ashamed she didn't come visit me once, but I didn't need her or anyone else. I don't want to leave this hell. I don't need no help. I can stop whenever I want. I just don't want to stop. On the 200th day of rehab, I turned 18. I was finally free. No more group sessions and drug tests. I was free. I blinked my eyes and turned 22. I awoke in a hospital bed where the doctor said I died, but they brought me back. I looked around the room and saw no one. Not
my mother, not my father, not my sister.
They let me out of the hospital only to take me to jail. Apparently, I had a couple possession charges I had forgotten. In court, I found out I had a son on the way. The judge had mercy on my soul, said he would give me a chance to be a good parent and make something of myself. I didn't know what the cries would sound like.
The cries of a newborn baby.
I wanted to be a parent, but how could I? I was still a child myself. I looked down at my newborn baby. How can I save you when I can't even save myself? I can't do this anymore, the staying clean, the sleepless nights. I can't handle the disappointment my mother feels, and I cannot raise a child on my own. I just want to get away. They took my child away from me because I didn't want to do better. They're sending me back to my country because I didn't want to do better. My mother looked in my eyes as I cried. She didn't shed a tear. She told me,
You did this to yourself because you didn't want to do better.